Yo, what is up, you guys? We are back with another Forge Master video, and in today's video, we're just going to be doing a full tutorial on the pets, right? So, in Forge Master, pets is pretty, very common to grind towards and work towards, right? Like, it's super important to utilize your pets because with the common eggs, that's your first, sights of seeing substats, and substats is pretty much how you progress through the game a lot faster. So with the pets, there's a lot to say here, and there's like a lot of features to it. So I'm just going to be giving a full tutorial on how to pretty much progress through pets faster, and why to utilize the substats that comes from the pets. So yeah, in this video, it's just all about pets. So as you start with the game, you pretty much get a common egg playing the game through like the first day of playing. It's very common to get the common egg. You won't have all 3 pet slots unlocked. So for example, I have 3. I think you start out with 1, and then you play the game a little bit more, you get 2, and then even more than that, then you'll unlock the 3rd pet. But that's just going through like the main battle stages, and it'll tell you like when to unlock them pretty clearly, so you should know like what to grind out for. So basically what to look out for, right? So I made a video about the substats with pets a little bit, but with the pets, you want to make sure that whatever substats that you get from the common egg, it's a high level substats, right? So for example, if you get like a, here, I'll look at, I don't know, we'll look at one of these, I guess. So for example, yeah, it's the highest level for skill damage is 30%. So this being 29% skill damage, this is very good. And it's something to consider using because it's 1% less than max level. So I would consider using whatever substats you get that's very close to max level. If you don't know what the max level substats are, then definitely consider watching or not watching, joining like the Discord, and that will give you the max level substats to know. So yeah, whatever epic egg you get, it's pretty much just relies on whatever max level substats that's closest to max level that you can get. Now when you get to the rare eggs, then you can start working towards like specific builds, because by the time you get to rare eggs, you should be able to get some substats from using modern. Now if you don't have that, then that's totally okay, but usually the common eggs are primitive, medieval, and early modern. So it's very early on. So definitely something to consider using if you get the rare eggs. Now, specific substats is definitely I made a whole video about that, so definitely consider watching that one. But with the rare eggs, it's like if you guys get a pretty bad substats for rare eggs, I would still consider using that over the common, only because it gives you more health and damage per whatever egg like upgrade. So the common is barely anything, but the rare is like a lot more, and that'll help you with overall power, like overall damage and health, and it's pretty OP. Now, what I would not consider is using whatever rare egg substats that doesn't work for your build. Like if it's like a 1% block chance, then don't even bother looking at it, or like 1% health regen, then that's something it's very less or very low from the maximum level. So something to not use, don't even consider, don't look at it, it's not worth it, right? The common eggs, it's way better if you have a close to maxed out common egg than you would for rare egg. And whatever lower level egg you have, you're going to have a lot more than that, than the higher level ones, right? So you're going to have like 10 common eggs for 1 rare egg, and it's going to be a lot harder to like upgrade the egg. So hopefully that made sense. Basically, overall, what I'm just trying to say is don't use whatever egg substats you get for the rare eggs that doesn't work for your build. Because that's when it starts to matter, right? And then with the epic eggs, that's like you're gonna understand the game a lot more. You're gonna understand where stuff stats work best with your builds, and yeah, it's best to like hatch those, or it's best to use those. Pretty much what I was saying earlier, over whatever subsets you were using for the rare eggs. So before we get to legendary and ultimate stuff, I want to just quickly show you how to get the eggs. In Invasion, you get 2 keys per day, but something to consider in War, the rewards, you get a ton of keys, right? So, for example, for like your personal rewards, you'll get a ton of pet eggs here, but in the tier rewards, you'll get a ton of pet eggs there too. So, definitely something to consider. With your pets, you're going to notice that you're going to be getting a lot of eggs if you're playing War and if you're active in winning them. So pets is like very common in this game, and it's gonna help you progress a lot quicker, right? So also something I want to consider is if you go here, the tech tree, and then skills, pets, and tech, you can upgrade the timer on the eggs, right? And that'll help you with like war, hatching eggs quicker, like more eggs at a time, which is really, really good. And yeah, it's something to consider. I would definitely consider doing the level ones at least. If you have those maxed out, then consider doing the level twos. But for me, I barely upgraded, or I didn't even upgrade the common egg at all. Barely looked at the rare egg, and only did the epic and the legendary ones. So definitely consider doing that. You don't really need to speed up the timer for the commons. It's very quick. Even the rares, I thought it was quick too. But for the epics and legendaries, you're probably going to be stuck on those eggs for a while. So it's definitely worth upgrading those, and it'll save you like hours from the hatching time. So that's something to consider for the pets. Now, the hatching, you see where it says plus 200 or plus one slot costs 200 gems. That is something to consider using your gems. There's really not anything else to use your gems for other than that, like pet slot or like speeding up the forge timer or like any tech upgrades, right? Like it's not as important. I think the best thing you can do is literally save up until you get the 200 and get the extra pet slot, right? So then you can start hatching 3 pets at a time, which is going to make a huge difference if you notice yourself seeing getting like a ton of keys from like war and in the daily keys and stuff. And then also something I want to consider is the tech tree here again. If you guys upgrade this, then you get an extra egg, or you get a percentage or a plus percentage to get an extra egg, which is pretty OP too. It's something to consider upgrading. I made a video about the tech tree, so watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, the pets is very important. I want to talk about the legendary eggs too, because I haven't done that yet. When you get to the legendary eggs, you get 2 substats. So for example, here you can see like skill damage, range damage, like 2 substats for pretty much everything that there is, right? I have a ton of these, but I'm pretty much using whatever works for my build, right? So we got attack speed, which the attack speed is very close to max, and then damage. We have double chance, which is very close to max, and then more damage. And then we also have attack speed again, which is close to max, and then lifesteal, which is above halfway. So all 3 of those pets, why I'm using them is that their substats work for my build. If you look at my build specifically, yeah, right here, yeah, the double chance, the attack speed, and just the overall damage, they all go together and it works perfectly. So definitely some things to consider. Now I do have some block chance, which comes from the quantum gear. So wait, where is it? Yeah, 2 there, and then 2 there. So oh yeah, no problem. But anyway, that's about it. Oh, nice. Oh, no, not nice. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not taking this because double chance and attack speed is way better. So, but anyway, I have been progressing a lot quicker in this too. My pets have been helping me progress. I'm trying to get into leaderboards top 100, but it's going to take a while. I'm close, but yeah, it's just unfortunately going to take some time. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. That's it for the video about pets. If you guys did learn anything, then please let me know. Usually, like, pets help you progress a lot faster. I think I made a video about the skills. I made a video about, or this is the video about pets, tech tree. Can definitely stay tuned for more videos. I don't plan on making eventure. I do plan on making eventure videos soon, but if you guys are only in it for eventure, then stay tuned for those videos. But Forge Master right now, there's just like new content to be made, so stay tuned for Forge Master videos more often. But anyway, yep, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.